Just ahead on American Black Journal, two big events are coming up this week in Detroit to celebrate African American achievement and the African experience. We'll tell you about the extraordinary heroes receiving this year's Ford Freedom Award. Plus, we'll hear about the local activities planned for African Liberation Day. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
At DTE Energy, we believe that we have a greater responsibility. We believe that being part of a community means being involved in the fabric of that community, investing time, effort, and resources in the communities we serve. DTE Energy Foundation is a proud sponsor of American Black Journal.
Welcome to American Black Journal. I'm Stephen Henderson. This year's Ford Freedom Award will honor three African American heroes who've demonstrated the power of perseverance. The late South African President Nelson Mandela, civil rights activist Myrlie Evers Williams, and Tuskegee Airman Alexander Jefferson will be celebrated on May 21st at the Music Hall. Proceeds from the event benefit the Charles H. Wright Museum of African American History. I'm pleased to have the president and CEO of the museum here today, Juanita Moore. Joining her is Pam Alexander, who's the Director of Community Development and Fund Operations for the Ford Motor Company Fund. Welcome to American Black Journal. Pam, we gotta do something about your title. That is way too long. I've known you for a long time. I did not know that was your title.
Usually it's just Director of Community Development. We cut it off there because after that it's a little long. You're right.
So this is a great thing for the museum, and three great names that you guys are honoring this year.
Absolutely, we're really, really excited, and as always, it's terrific to be able to partner with Ford. And you know, Pam's been at this a lot longer than I have.
Well, I don't know, not that much.
That's right, not
Don't
that much longer.
I mean, with the Ford Freedom Awards. She started out with the Ford Freedom Awards.
Yeah.
So I sort of came in along the way, but it really is an exciting time for the museum and actually for the city of Detroit.
Yeah, yeah. Tell me a little bit about these awards and how you come up with the people who you want to honor with them.
Well, you know, this is the 16th year of the Ford Freedom Awards. It was started, you know, as a major fundraiser for the right, because that is such a treasure for our city.
Yeah.
And each year we select a theme and then honor individuals within that theme, both someone posthumously as the Ford Freedom honoree, and then someone who is carrying on, if not carrying on their work, that embodies the spirit of the honoree, and that's our Ford Freedom Scholar. So this year we selected perseverance because, you know, in difficult times, you know, perseverance is important.
Yeah. And that's a great theme for Detroit right now,
Absolutely.
too, right?
Talk about a city that has the power of perseverance.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Right.
So we selected the honorees. We have a committee that selects the honorees, and of course, you know, with so many people and all of us celebrating the life of Nelson Mandela this year, he just seemed like a very natural.
This is the fifth or sixth different award or honoring of him that I've seen around Detroit.
Well, there can't be too many.
Yeah, right. You got to keep reminding people of that,
yes.
right?
He's such a fabulous example of perseverance. Not just perseverance, but someone who understood the importance of giving back and what change could do in making everyone's lives better as he looked to make his own better.
Right.
I mean, he's such a great example for all kinds of things. So.
Right, and how longevity gives you such opportunity to sort of come back and sort of change and come back around to things that maybe you wouldn't have been able to do earlier in your life.
Yes.
I think it's amazing because if you look at all three, if you look at President Nelson Mandela, and then Myrlie Evers Williams, and of course Lieutenant Colonel Jefferson, the things that they went through. I mean, talk about perseverance for an extended period of time. One could have expected any one of them, and justifiably, to be very angry individuals who didn't want to kind of do what they did later in their lives, which was to really keep going in the cause and to persevere, because any three of them could have very easily said, you know, that's it.
That's enough.
I'm angry. I'm done. And none of them did. That's the amazing thing about this year's honorees.
So tell me what happens on May 21st.
Well, it's a culmination, actually, of several months because, of course, everyone knows about the gala and the awards in the evening, but an important part of the Ford Freedom Award program is the educational program.
Right.
Absolutely.
So with newspapers and education, we sent out materials, educational materials to tens of thousands of students throughout the entire state. They learned about not only the honorees, but it was an entire supplement with various individuals who had persevered. So, for example, Gabby Douglas is in it.
Okay.
You know, so someone who's a little younger,
The Olympian,
very current,
yes,
absolutely.
right.
And they've been studying about that with a teacher's guide for months. And then we have an essay contest, and we had more than 1,600 students
Really?
throughout the state enter the essay contest to win. We're going to award roughly $10,000 in scholarships, and that just in the morning when the scholar
Okay.
and President Mandela's grandson will address 1,600 middle school students from around the state.
Right, right. Tell me about these essays. I'm always curious what young people write about. How old were the kids who did
Middle
these?
schoolers.
These are middle
Yeah, middle
schoolers.
These are
Fourth
middle
grade.
schools, fourth
These are
through
kids
eighth
who are ready to write and
Yeah.
think. So I would imagine you got some really interesting stuff.
Yeah.
We had some tremendous ones, and we had judges, and we did the final judging earlier this week, and it was very difficult. It was a long evening because you want to just make them all first place winners. But we had essays, everything from bullying
Yeah.
to overcoming financial obstacles and young kids who had lost their parents and had difficult situations because of that, to trying to run a 5K for the first time with her dad. So we had, I would say, Juanita, we had a lot
Health
of
issues,
different-
young people that overcome health issues,
Uh-huh.
just really struggling in school, learning how to, to just try to keep up and catch up, starting way behind.
Right,
And,
right.
and just, really working really, really hard to do something.
Right.
Students who, young people who, they just went through a divorce, the divorce of a parent.
Of their parents. Sure.
Yes,
Sure.
yes, all of those kinds of things that we don't think about for young people. The really terrific thing about this is that they had to talk about something where they persevered. So it
see.
gave them an opportunity to really sort of examine their lives and think about what they had, what had happened to them in their lives and how they got through
And
it.
how it changed them or
Absolutely.
taught them or things like that. And the scholarships are for college, right?
Yes, so they can use them for their furthering their education post high school. So that's a really exciting piece, and that's in the morning of what we call the Scholars Lecture, also at Music Hall.
Right,
And we
right.
bring in students from around the state for that.
This is a critical time for the museum too. I feel like because of what's going on with the bankruptcy and some of the other cultural institutions that are involved in that, I feel like the time is now to really start talking about how do we preserve this museum the way it should be.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely is. And I think that, we use these kinds of programs to really call attention to the kinds of things that we do, the impact that we have in the community,
Yeah.
the range of programs that we have in the range of people that we serve. So, this is a great opportunity to continue to put the museum front and center
Yeah.
in front of, folks in this community and beyond.
Right. Is this the major fundraising event for the museum every year?
It's one of them.
It's
Yes,
one of them.
we have two.
Okay.
For a long time, it was the only one,
Okay.
frankly.
Yeah.
So that was one of the reasons that it was so important that it was the only major fundraiser that the museum did.
Yeah.
And 3 years ago, we added another gala. But yeah, it's one of two major fundraisers.
Yeah.
For the museum.
And the importance of the community here participating in this fundraiser or giving to the museum more generally, I think probably has not been more important than it is right now.
Absolutely, absolutely. This is a real critical time for the Charles Wright Museum as well as a number of other cultural institutions.
Yeah.
And not only do you get an opportunity to support the museum and the work that we do, but you get an amazing program.
Right.
As well, so,
Right,
which is
right.
really important.
Yeah.
You get a chance to hear Myrlie Evers and Nelson Mandela's grandson who will
right,
come
right.
and be here to accept the award. And Colonel Jefferson, he has a fabulous story.
Yeah,
as well.
talk more about Colonel Jefferson. I mean,
he's
people
amazing.
will know the first two names, I think, instinctively, but he's less popular, I guess.
Well, I think we're, and it's interesting because there's a lot of interest in the Tuskegee Airmen. We are so lucky. We have several of the original Tuskegee Airmen right here in Southeast
Detroit,
Michigan.
sure.
In fact, he's had a crazy number of hits on the Facebook
that
site
right?
about this. Yes, people are
fact-
really interested in his story because I believe he is the last surviving Tuskegee
He's
Airman
the
who
last,
was a POW.
right.
And then he became a teacher later in life. He's just an amazing, amazing gentleman. And then another little sneak preview: the person presenting him the award is yet another legendary airman.
Oh, is that right?
At the Ford Freedom Awards,
yes.
absolutely.
Very
Yes,
good.
yes.
So, but he's written a book and he's taught and just the struggles that he had to go through,
Right.
just to be a pilot, and
Right.
then of course
Being a
going
POW.
on
And he
being
was
a
a
POW,
POW.
Being
right?
POW as well.
Right.
And I mean, she's right. he got more Facebook hits than anybody.
Than the others, is
Really,
that right?
yes.
Got a lot of
yes.
Facebook hits.
When we put him up there, it's like everybody was really
Right.
Interesting learning
Interesting.
story,
Right.
maybe because
About
it's
him.
less well known.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. At the museum, and the museum has done, I feel like, a really good job of sort of capturing that Tuskegee Airmen sort of intersection with Detroit, which is more important than I think people think it is.
Absolutely. You know, we've done several exhibitions on them, and in fact, we're working with them right now to work with their collection and maybe having some announcements soon about how we will be working with them to sort of present and preserve that collection.
Yeah, yeah. At Ford, you guys, like you said, you do this every year, but this is part of a bigger sort of commitment that you have to
Right.
Detroit and Southeast Michigan and philanthropy.
Right. I mean, Ford Fund, which is the philanthropic arm, has been a major investor in our region for
Yeah.
decades. I mean, since we were founded more than 100 years ago. We have partners like the Charles H. Wright in the arts, but we also support community development organizations, hunger organizations, and as you know, we just announced an incremental $10 million investment roughly a year and a half ago. We have the new Ford Resource and Engagement Center that we
Right.
opened in Southwest Detroit that's doing great things in the community there, in addition to a client choice food hub. You know, we're offering work training programs there, dance classes,
Right.
senior citizen Zumba, it's you name it, it's going on. I don't think I can keep up with them in that. I've watched that class, but it's been a great community center for us, and we're really proud of that. That's the keystone of that new investment. So yes, we've been invested in this city and this region for a long time, and we will be for a long, long time.
And the connection between the fund and the museum, how did that come
Well,
about?
of course, the museum is a major cultural institution. We have been a major funder of the museum through various campaigns in addition to programming. It's the largest of its kind in the world.
Yeah,
and,
right,
and I
right.
hope people here realize that and what a treasure it is. It's just a natural fit because of the many things and the many programs that the museum has.
Right.
Going back to some of the essay contests, one of our essay contest finalists came in from Grand Rapids.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
Drove in
One
from
was in the UP.
Drove,
We Skyped her
really?
in. That was
Yeah,
a
we
little
Skyped
part
in
of
the
the
UP.
drive.
Oh, that was
That's
really
fair,
cool.
right?
But she was really excited.
So,
That's
that's why it's
something.
important to have a program like this, because you really are, for
You're reaching all over.
yes, the entire state.
All over the state.
The entire state.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you worry that with the bankruptcy and the amount of philanthropic money that's going into trying to get us through that the institutions that have not come up in the bankruptcy will have a harder time getting the money they need going forward? I guess I'm expressing my own worry there that places like the Wright could be in worse shape going forward than they have been.
Well, there's no doubt about it that the fact that that money is as I used to teach my daughter when she was younger, you only spend it once.
Right. Can't spend $1 twice,
You
right?
only spend it once, and
try.
so that really is. That is some concern to us. But we really are working hard to work on sustainability for the museum.
Right.
And we are talking to other Detroit Historical Museum as well. And
They're in the same boat.
they're in the
right.
same boat as we are, and so we really are leaving no stone unturned to make sure this happens. And we are very, very fortunate to have partners like the Ford Fund,
Right.
that's been with the museum
Right.
for such a long time and
Right.
continues to be with the museum.
Yeah.
And I think that
But we need more. I mean, we need
we
more.
have to have more.
And
Absolutely.
more individuals, I feel
That's
like. is
that's really the key. In fact, we instituted a new program called Give a Grand, Make a Million. It's identifying 1,000 individuals to give the museum $1,000, which will give us $1 million worth of income every year.
I see.
And you don't have to do it for if you don't have $1,000, you can do it at $83 a month, and that because we do have to really expand the number of individuals that's giving to the museum.
Right. And we've got to build an endowment that will sustain the museum on its own going
Yes,
forward. That's
yes.
the real challenge I think that people don't get with cultural institutions is you want to be able to have that operating money there without fundraising.
Right, because nobody wants to pay the utilities.
Right. That's right.
Everybody wants to, support a really interesting program, but the utilities, and you have to pay the utilities.
Yeah.
And we have a beautiful, beautiful building,
Yes.
but trust
One
me,
of the best spots in the
it does
city.
cost.
I was going to say, it can't be cheap to maintain
The
that.
utilities are there. Yes.
That
Ford
high
Rotunda.
ceiling.
Yeah, exactly.
The Ford Rotunda, that dome brings in sun in the summer,
Yeah.
and you know, in the winter, the heat goes
Heat
right
goes
to-
right out
yes.
the top of it,
So-
right?
But it's a beautiful.
It's a
rooftop.
beautiful facility. And we absolutely, you know, and I think it is a treasure to Detroit.
It is. Well, to
And-
the whole state, really.
Yes, it really is.
And it's not a place that enough people, I feel like, go to or help support.
And the thing about it is that the kind of programming and the things that we do, they're not duplicated anyplace
Somebody else cannot do that. That's
And
right.
they don't do it. You know, it's
Yeah.
not, you have any other, talk about any other museums that you have and other institutions, cultural institutions you have. They don't do the same thing that we do. We have a very unique mission.
Yeah, yeah. And so if somebody wants to go to the May 21st event, they just buy tickets, right?
They can buy tickets through Music Hall or go through FordFreedomAward.com. We have 2 sets of tickets. We have VIP tickets. I think we have a few of those left.
Okay.
That include a meet and greet with the honorees, which,
very
and a
good.
photo op, which is a real
Which would be
treasure.
something.
Yes, absolutely. And then we have general admission tickets, which are still great tickets because it's going to be a really great show. And we should also mention that we have a performance by Dennis Edwards and the
Temptations.
Oh, very
So,
good.
Put a concert.
yeah,
so if you feel like
There you
dancing
go.
at the end, we've
It's
got
not
that.
Detroit
too.
without Motown.
It's
right?
not, that's right, that's right, that's right. Plus, you know, we could not bring Nelson Mandela's grandson all the way to Detroit and not give him Motown.
That's right.
No way.
That's
Absolutely.
right. No way. That's right.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, good luck with the event, and thanks for being here.
Good talking
Hope to
with
see you there.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Just ahead on American Black Journal, we'll get a lesson on the origin of African Liberation Day and hear about plans to celebrate it in Detroit. That's next, right after we look at some important moments in Detroit's Black history.
I'm Ken Coleman with a look back at African American life in Detroit. This week in 1967, Stevie Wonder's I Was Made to Love Her single was released on Motown Records. In 1969, Carl Craig was born in Detroit. Craig went on to become a world-renowned techno music producer, DJ, and recording artist. And in 1918, Coleman Alexander Young was born in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. He became Detroit's first black mayor. These are significant events this week in Detroit's Black history, taken from the book On This Day, African American Life in Detroit.
African Liberation Day is promoted as a time when all blacks around the world should come together to fight racism and join the quest for political, economic, and social justice. For the past 41 years, Detroit has been the site of African Liberation Day events that commemorate the struggles and progress of African people. This year's celebration takes place over the weekend of May 23rd at the Charles H. Wright Museum. The festivities include a march, a rally, speakers, entertainment, scholarship presentations, and an African marketplace. Joining me now to talk about this historical tradition is the co-chair of the African Liberation Day Planning Committee, Greg McKenzie. Welcome to American Black Journal.
Thank you.
That sounds like quite a menu of events that you have going. You guys have a little bit of everything going.
It's going to be a very busy event.
Yeah, it sounds like it. But first, let's talk about this African Liberation Day. I'm not sure most people know what that is, where it comes from, and why we talk about it.
Well, African Liberation Day really has its basis in the slave trade and then the subsequent abolition of slavery and the 1884 Berlin Conference, where the European powers involved in the slave trade began carving up Africa and then ushered
For
in
colonization, sure.
colonial period. And then based upon that, you know, the need for liberation obviously arose, and through the years, liberation struggles from Marcus Garvey's Pan-African movement to eventually in the 50s culminating with Kwame Nkrumah and the liberation of Ghana and other leaders, Sekou Touré, Guinea, and the list goes on. But simultaneously, the civil rights movement in the United States was taking foot, and so people began a re-identification with Africa and African people, and those struggles kind of alongside each other, the same momentum, the same energy, you know, people moving in the same direction.
And why is it at this time of year that we celebrate
basically the conference, or let me get it right, the African Liberation Day Coordinating Committee for the United States did the first African Liberation Day May 27th, 1972. And they do it in May because the Organization of African Unity that came together after those African nations were becoming liberated started in May.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. And then talk to me about why we have such a celebration here in Detroit. I would imagine I could go to other cities and not find quite as much going on.
Well, and you know, basically, throughout the years, it first started in San Francisco and Washington, D.C., you had 60,000 plus people. So Detroit being a city that's predominantly African American,
Sure.
the very next year was in the African Liberation Day movement, and they had a huge celebration here, and there was a tremendous amount of support for the African liberation struggles from those people involved in that community here.
Yeah, yeah. So talk to me more about this year's event.
So this year, African Liberation Day, ALD 2K14, we have an exciting lineup. It's May 23rd, Friday evening, starting with our keynote speaker, Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, author of the ISIS Papers and pioneer of African-centered clinical psychiatry. She's going to be joining us to give us a lecture and a question and answer session. And then on Saturday, we're going to have, starting at 10 o'clock in the morning, the events go from 10 to 5. So starting at 10 o'clock in the morning, we'll have the Cass Tech Marching Band leading the march around the grounds of the museum. We'll go back inside the museum. The curator will give us a brief tour of this genealogy room and talk to us in depth about that, give us some highlights of places we should go and check out inside the museum. And then around 12 o'clock sharp, the program will be getting started, and we'll start off with honoring our ancestors, particularly Mayor Chokwe Lumumba, Bishop Nkenji Abi of the Shrine of the Black Madonna, Lisa Tate of our Kibalan Village and Inner City Sub-Center, and Catherine Blackwell of the Blackwell Institute, and we'll give plaques to representatives of their family for their body of work and let the people know what they've done.
Yeah. So and you do this every year. How many people usually show up for this?
Well, it's been done for the last 41 years, and I say in the latter years or the more recent years, the attendance has fallen off somewhat. And I represent sort of the passing of the baton, because as the African Liberation Day celebration has continued through the years, some of the fire and the momentum kind of waned off. Yeah. But infusing youth energy into it this year, we're back with a re-energized African Liberation Day. We anticipate upwards of 200, 300 attendees.
Yeah, very good. And talk to me about tying this whole idea of African liberation to what goes on today. I would think that for young people especially, that's the key, getting them to understand what that has to do with what they're dealing with now.
And that's the difficult connection to make. This year's theme is African unity in the diaspora. And so the ideal is that if we can start to understand how this impacts us economically, if African people can work together globally, then we could create some more institutions and economic opportunities for our communities and change some of our living conditions. And so that's where the connection has to be made, in the fact that it can be an economic impact positively.
Right. What about schools? I mean, I would imagine that getting into the schools, getting into the curriculum to let people know that this is happening and that they can take part is pretty critical too.
Absolutely. And generally in the past we were focusing on the African-centered schools, and many of those have since closed.
There are not many left, right?
No, not many at all. So, but we have a great staff of people working with our committee, got the word out and spread it around as far and as wide as we could. In fact, that's how we're here today, and so we're very thankful for that.
Yeah. Tell me what you see here in Detroit that you feel like connects really directly to something like the idea of African liberation.
Well, here in Detroit, you have a very large community of individuals who have a commitment to their heritage and a pride in their heritage as African descendants. And so as a result of that, a day like this gives them an opportunity to come out,
sort of show that off, right?
Yeah, like a peacock, and strut their feathers. And so I often tell people when I'm talking to them about African Liberation Day, do you like the African World Festival? And before I had a conscious bone in my body or knew anything about my heritage, I was a regular attendee
that,
of the African
yes.
World Festival. And so I know that people can relate to that. And when I say that to them, they say, yeah. I said, well, then you'll love African Liberation Day. Make
Right.
sure that you come down.
Make sure you come down.
Absolutely. And the other thing is we want to encourage everybody who comes to support. We're in partnership this year with the Charles H. Wright Museum.
Right, right.
So we want to encourage everybody who comes to African Liberation Day to renew your membership. If you don't have one, get one.
Get one.
And if you can afford to, make a longer commitment, a lifetime or whatever you can do, because you know, obviously the right is very important to our community.
Yeah, right. And that connection with the right is critical to this day.
Absolutely.
The whole idea of the right is not just African American history, but how that ties to Africa.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
What in the future do you see the sort of possibility to expand this? We've got about a minute left, but
Okay.
is this going anywhere else?
Absolutely. Definitely my agenda, as you said, how do we connect this to young people and how does this relate now? Next year, I envision African Liberation Day being about economic empowerment, bringing in maybe a Dr. Claude Anderson and making a summit that puts serious investigation into how do we create economic sustainable situations.
Yeah,
in our
opportunity.
communities. Absolutely.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's a critical part of what we need here in Detroit. Well, good luck with the festival.
Thank
and
you.
Thank you very much for being
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. That's our program for today. Thanks for watching. You can get more information about our guests at AmericanBlackJournal.org. And as always, you can connect with us on Facebook and on Twitter. We'll see you next time on American Black Journal. Good job.
At DTE Energy, we believe that we have a greater responsibility. We believe that being part of a community means being involved in the fabric of that community, investing time, effort, and resources in the communities we serve. DTE Energy Foundation is a proud sponsor of American Black Journal.